Hey, Jeff, let me ask you a question. I've never been a wrestler. I've certainly never taken a bump in a wrestling ring. I've only walked around a ring like 3 or 4 times whenever we would do shows and you had to like get in there to do it. Um, but let's say hypothetically you took a blue chew and you weren't expecting to wrestle. You're expecting to have some meetings in the parking lot because you're just going to do promos today. And then all of a sudden they tell you, hey, did you bring your gear? Because so and so didn't show up. He wasn't going to win his own gimmick match, so he refused to wrestle. So we're going to put the strap on you tonight. So go gear up. Now you're faced with this dilemma because you've taken the blue chew and we know it really works. How would you try to A, conceal it from the crowd, and B, not hurt yourself if you had to do a front bump? Would you tuck it into your waistband or what would you do? What would the protocol be? How do you fall flat when you got your TP rocking?
You know that Ric Flair face bump?
Yep.
That would definitely be out of the arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. How would you even do that?
Wouldn't do
like
it.
You're delivering the stroke. And I mean, all these moves that you have to go forward for, like I've never taken a DDT, but Bruce says the trick is you got to get flat.
Okay.
You don't want to jam your gimmick up. So where are you tucking that thing? How do you put it in a holster down there?
Yeah, I guess you got to wear Last Outlaw jeans, you know.
Oh, okay. And you just duct tape it to your leg, you think?
With a holster.
Okay. I mean, these are questions people want to know, Jeff.
You sick son of a gun, you.
Have you ever wrestled and accidentally it happened?
Nope.
Have you ever been in a match with a guy and you're like, what the hell, man?
Nope.
Have you ever heard of that happening to someone?
Honestly, Conrad, I've been doing this a few years now. I've yet to hear that.
Now you've heard of guys vomiting in the ring, right?
Oh, sure.
Puke. You've heard of guys taking a slam and here comes a little squirt out the back end, right?
I have heard of that back. Ugh, gosh.
You've probably even heard where guys maybe accidentally got the piss slapped out of them, right?
Well, I don't know any urination.
Okay, so our problems are usually up top or down yonder. Everything in between is fine. Is that fair to say?
How did we take a left turn on this?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've heard like people have had their gimmick fall out during a match. There was that Starcade where Nikita took the big suplex from Ric Flair. Tommy Young had to help him.
Didn't know that story. Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Go watch that Nikita Ric Flair match and you'll see Tommy Young go, oh, that's not supposed to be here. And helps Nikita. And we've also heard that Mick Foley would sometimes pick up Al Snow for a suplex and accidentally pull the trunk so people could see. I think he called it a bird's egg and a sparrow's nest. And so we've heard of these type situations happening before, but you've never had one of those malfunctions.
Nope, I really haven't. I put my game face on and go work.
I know a lot of wrestlers or a lot of fans maybe don't think about this, but you can't wear a cup when you're wrestling. Like that would probably hurt really bad. So that's probably not a good call.
Not it. Yeah.
But what is the other layer of protection? Like, do some guy, I feel like I've seen some guys, it's been revealed that they wear, I think Jim Ross might call it T-back underwear.
Or under tights is what I've always, your under tights. And they can come in all kind of shapes and sizes, but under tights.
What's the go-to Jeff Cheer at under tights?
Just, well, you're really good. I mean, just,
do you have a favorite brand, a favorite color?
Jockey.
Okay. So you like Jockey.
Just Jockey, small ones. What do you call those?
Bikini briefs.
There you go.
Okay. Now, do you let the ass cheeks hang out or are you getting those covered up? Are you wearing a thong, Jeff?
Yeah. Sometimes. No, they're covered up.
Now, sometimes, what's the special occasion where you put a thong on?
Like bikini briefs. Isn't that the name of them?
Yeah, but they still cover your butt. A bikini brief does.
I got you.
But I'm talking about right up the crack of your ass, Jeff. Yeah. Have you worn those before?
For sure.
Is it whenever you know you're going over, you're winning the world title, a special occasion?
Connie.
How do you decide I'm going to go full back or I'm going to go T-back?
You know, it's flavor of the day. I've done it long enough. Just pack your bag and off to the races.
Do you ever let Mrs. Jarrett pack your bag?
Nope.
Because you're worried that she might forget something and that becomes a situation?
Oh, yes. I always pack and repack and double check my bag. Always have.
Does she have a preference for full bikini
I
briefs?
don't think so. That would be her question. I mean, that'd be a question for her.
What percentage of wrestlers would you say are rocking thongs?
I honestly, Conrad, I have no idea. I don't. Nowadays, I have no idea. I mean,
Do you think Jerry Lawler ever wore a thong?
no. See, he wore long tights and then short tights over it. You know that
I
is
see. I
yeah,
see. So this is a short, tight situation.
yes.
Well, we know that the Nature Boy, he would just free ball.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Remember how many times he used to get his trunks pulled down in matches?
Oh yes, I do.
He used to like to show his ass off.
He would. You're right.
And I know that heels like to show ass, but he took that literally.
Yeah, I've never given this much in depth.
Well, I'm gonna hang up and call Arn Anderson. I need to know. Did you ever wear thongs? I just can't imagine Arn Anderson strutting around in a thong. Listen, I know I shouldn't be asking this, but I just can't help it. Do they even make thongs for a fella Satnam Singh size? I mean, that you can't just run down and get that at Thongs R Us.
You'd have to ask Satnam. Maybe special made from India.
Well, we need to ask and put that on ad-free shows. Thong or no thong? Maybe I'll ask Tony Schiavone that, and he can just pull the wrestlers behind the scenes.
There you go.